Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome back to Sam's Trains Live. As you know, we are here every Sunday afternoon at 2 PM, so thank you very much for joining me. This will be the second to last episode of the series, which is kind of crazy. It's gone fast, hasn't it, as they always do. But there's still a couple of exciting episodes left to do. Today I've got Train Time coming back. We've got another exciting episode of Train Time. I'm going to be running lots of trains. I'm going to be taking requests. I'll do shout outs, and I've also got some of your photos and artwork to show. So let's start with checking in with you folks. How are you all doing? It is awesome to see you again. It's quite nice this, isn't it? Every week getting a bit of a catch up. It's pretty cool. So we have Sam Haslam, big fan of Sam's Trains Live, is Sam Haslam, so thank you very much Sam for turning up. We've got Nirma Divodic, hello, nice to see you. Owen's Trains is here as well. Rabbit Blocks, RBLX, hello to you, nice to see you. Polar Pendleton, awesome request from Polar here, who wants to see the C1 Atlantic with the gunpowder vans and the egg vans. Oh no, that sounds like there's going to be a bit of an egg-splosion. What do you reckon? Is that the idea, Polar? Or did I just come up with that amazing joke? At least somebody's laughing, am I right? AZ Rail, afternoon to you. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you're well as well. Aussie Loco, there's your shout out to you. That modelling bloke, good afternoon, Lord Orwell. Good afternoon to you, that modelling bloke. I feel like my title is a lot grander than yours, that modelling bloke. I think we'll have to come up with something better for you if this is what we're going to do. MC Cool 360, no, I don't do the Loco repairs anymore. It got too busy, so I had to choose between that or YouTube, and I picked YouTube, as you could tell. William Grantham, thank you so much, wants to see the 812, the J15 and the Dean Goods triple heading. Wow, bogey freight train. Okay, alright, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Normal four-wheelers and a reverse towed brake van opening towards the engines for a change. Alright, William Grantham, thank you very, very much. And shout out to NWR JNW Studios, no problem. Roman's Toys and Roblox, there's one shout out to you. The Train Master is apologising for being late. Well, you're not that late. You managed to get here for the intro, so no problem. And NG5, thank you so much. You requested Backman Edward pulling the Flying Scotsman, and can you add a couple of standard vans for luggage? Also morning from San Diego, California. Yeah, no problem, NG5. Thank you very, very much. Any hints for April Fools, says Azuma. Oh. Well, I don't want to give too much away. I mean, am I even doing an April Fools this year? I don't even want to give that away, but let's just say if it was to come back this year, then maybe Martin would return. How's that? That's all I'm going to give away. Maybe Martin will return. Anyway, as you know, I am taking requests during this stream, and if you want to submit one, you can use the super chat function in the chat. It's a little $sign. And if you donate £5 or the equivalent, then you can choose any loco or any rolling stock you like and have them run live here on the stream. And that is just a way to support the channel if that's something you want to do. All of the proceeds go back into the channel to help keep it alive. So I have to say to anyone who super chats, thank you so much. You're doing a lot for this channel, and I really do appreciate it. And there's another person, Mayo Hosco. We have Sideways 66779 and Mega Train Lover. Let's see what these requests are. Mallard, oh, we've got another Mayo Mallard request. Okay, with Pilchard, Silver Bullet, Turbot, Warwell, Catter. All right, okay, so it's another mixed match. That's no problem. Mega Train Lover wants to see the, oh yeah, the Precedent with some four-wheeled coaches. Great idea. Yes, it'll look good with those. Sideways wants to see the LMS 10,000. Yeah, that's a great choice. With matching coaches or the railgun. Got a bit of choice there. I do like getting a bit of choice, I have to say. I hope you're well too, Mark7188. Hello to you, and thank you very much for the support. And XR Kun42 wants to see a Princess Royal and a Coronation with a rake of Pullmans. You know what? That is great. Yeah, what a combination. And speaking of combinations, today's challenge for you is to come up with the best pre-grouping request Alright, so I'm leaving it open. Anything pre-grouping, I'll be choosing the best one at the end of this episode. And whoever comes up with the best one is going to get this. Yes, stepping the game up a little bit. It is an SCCR P-Class. Let me show you this. I mean, it's a bit of a bland box, so not much to see, but it is brand new. And it is 013 in the ROD green. Beautiful, beautiful tank engine. In fact, possibly my favourite tank engine. So there you go. If you come up with the best regrouping request of this episode, you're going to get one of these. I'll send it out to you. And if there's any birthdays in the house or anything, if you've got a birthday this week or around today, you can super chat for any amount. Let me know it's your birthday, and I will play the birthday song. We haven't had the birthday song so far this series, so I don't know, are we going to get away without playing it at all? Still a couple of episodes left, so maybe not. Hello to you. Oh yeah, I did that one, did the Mark one. So it's M-R-A-L-F, Pit. I don't know if that is supposed to be spelt out like that or read out, but I'll spell it out just to be safe. Hi Sam, good luck with the stream. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Any chance we could see a double header of the Black 5 and the 9F pulling box vans? Oh, wagons, good string. Yeah, of course, yeah, we can do that, no problem at all. And yes, I have, Beaglington-on-Sea, I have seen the Dapol Hawthorne, Leslie news. Yeah, Dapol have announced a little 040 saddle tank in 00 gauge, and I think it's going to be priced at £99, something like that. Haven't had a chance to look at the details yet though, but yeah, knowing Dapol, it ought to be something decent, didn't it? Anyway, let's have some locos running then, shall we? Let's see what we got. So the first one on the outside line is from Darian Wilcox, who won last week's challenge. That was to come up with the most creative BR themed request. So we've got an early BR loco at the front, and then coaches which get later and later as time goes on. Then at the back we've got a relatively modern diesel, and I've gone with a Virgin liveried Class 47, which I thought was good. Then on the middle line we've got Mayo Hosco, who wanted to see Mallard hauling Megabox, telescopic wagon, a car flat, an RHTT and a brake van. And then we've got Matthew, who was very, very generous last week. Thank you for your support, Matthew. Hopefully you're watching. You wanted to see a recreation of the Pines Express. So that is a 7F with a bullied, a load of coaches. I haven't put like loads and loads on because obviously it would take too long to put it on and off. And then a 9F, you can't see this right now, but it's behind the camera. A 9F with a load of wagons. And then Matthew did want more engines than that on the train, but I can't do any more than 3 because my controller would explode. And I don't think that would be, well, it would be fun. Don't get me wrong, it would be fun, but it would mean that I wouldn't be able to run any more trains, and that would not be fun. So we'll go with what we've got. Here we go. I don't know whether this stuff is going to work. I'm not too keen on this eclectic mix of wagons. That worries me a little bit, but you know, the gentleman requested it, so we got to do it. Right, let's see what happens. This is the one we'll watch to start with. If it makes the first few turns without a problem, I think we'll be okay. And there was a funny noise coming out of the 7F earlier, but I don't know if that's a problem or not. Sounds like the motor popping, which is a problem, yeah, if that's what's happening, definitely a problem. But I don't know, it seems to be working okay. So, I don't know, we'll just have to hope, I guess. But yeah, it looks good. Some very, very cool requests coming up. Oh, apparently I've missed one of Kelly's milestone chats. Sorry about that, Kelly, but don't worry, I will always come back and look at them. Ooh, something funny going on. Something funny going on with the double header on the inside line. Bad noises, but everything's still going. William Babcock wants to see the 812 with the, oh yeah, the Andrew Barclay Caledonian loco on a flatbed with mixed goods. Yeah, that is no problem at all. Very nice. Thank you very much for the support, William. Appreciate that. Would you look at this? We've got complex requests. Well, I'm not going to say they're not derailing, because normally when I say that, they do. But we've had them all do a lap now without derailing. So I think that is rather impressive. And it's not tempting fate, because it's true. They have all completed a lap now. So even if they derail now, the train gods cannot show me up as a fool. Haha, train gods. Oh, have I just done something very, very foolish? Possibly. Just give it 10 seconds, folks. Give it 10 seconds. Which one's going to go up in smoke and flames? I reckon it'll be this one. This double header with the Bachmann 2MT at the front. NG5, I find it funny how the US and the UK have different terms for multiple things. Yes, that is true. It's also confusing. A lot of the time, you wouldn't think it would crop up much in model railway videos, but it does. A lot of people think I'm talking about one thing when I'm talking about the other. It happens more often than you could expect. Anyway, let's stop this one, and we'll wait for the others to come by. Then we have Overpowered Steam Productions. Wants to see a J70 with a small freight consist of 5 wagons. No, but if you want to send the full, well, I don't know what it is, you'll have to do the conversion, but it'd be something like $7 to be the equivalent of 5 UK pounds. And I'll totally do that, no problem. Did you pre-group? Oh yes, Sodor Dandaman. Yeah, if it doesn't matter when it comes in. If the request came in during the well, on the stream page, let's say. Then it will all get considered as the best pre-grouping request. Kremelar, no, I didn't miss your 08 request, Kremelar. It is written down. They do come first serve though, folks. So you know I can only go as quick as I can. But if I don't get them done today, I will get them done next week. Or if there's loads and loads, they'll spill over onto a separate video. But that's fine. They will all get done. I have all the time in the world to do them. Well, that sounded a bit sad, didn't it? Well, I guess it's true. I can't pretend it's not. The XR Kun 42 wants to see an SECR Green P-Class, an E4 and a Midland 1P with a mixed pre-grouping consist. Ooh. You see, that's a cool one. I like that. I need to start considering which I'm going to choose early on this time because I'll keep them, if I have to go through at the end, it's a bit of a rush. So I'll have to remember that one. XR Kun, yeah, that one was good. Sir AJ Finley Jr. Been a while since I've seen you here, Sir AJ. Hey Sam, my niece and I's birthdays were this week. Could I get the birthday song and the 812 with a passenger train? You know what? Yes, we have not had the birthday song for a long time, so we'll do that. So thank you very much, Sir AJ Finley Jr. And everybody in the chat, let's have happy birthdays. And here comes everybody's favourite, the horrid birthday song.
Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday. Happy train birthday. Happy train birthday to you.
Everything is right with the world now. It seems too long since we heard that. But yeah, happy birthday, AJ, and thank you for your support. A2020 Vision wants to see the D11 with four-wheeled coaches. Now, just for the choice of the D11 alone, I think that has to be a contender. Very, very good idea. And then Lord Garrett Productions, for my pre-grouping request, could you run the Railway Children pannier tank? That's a great idea. With a Dean Goods pulling the ambulance train and Railway Children coaches. That is clever. So it's like a mixture of two train packs together, two Bachmann train packs. Cool. These are all very, very good. Lapis Wake, can I please request the LNWR improved precedent with 7 Pullmans and a brake, and a full brake of some sort with the LNWR coal tank banking. That is another great one, an LNWR request. Oh, I love it. Great ideas. And look at all those happy birthdays in the chat. You guys are awesome. How about that, AJ? That's pretty good. This is like a whole big list of happy birthdays there. That is great. Anyway, there are quite a lot of requests left over from last week's stream, so tune into these. Hope you enjoy them. There's quite a lot of good ones. Here they come. So the first request is actually from 2 people. So this one is from Terence Priestley and also XR Kun 42. Thank you both very, very much for this. Brilliant BR request this to see the Duke of Gloucester locomotive. That is a standard class 8 with a large rake of BR coaches. That's what Terence wanted to see, and XR Kun wanted blood and custard. So I've done both, as you can see. But nice big train for Duke of Gloucester. So thank you very much, folks, for that. Then Polar Pendleton wanted to see this double header of 2 classic LNER 060 locos. That is the J15 and the J27. And Polar wanted to see a long freight train, so that has got some open wagons, which I think looks pretty great with those 2. So awesome request there. Thank you very much to Polar Pendleton. And then Taggart 00 wanted to see a Pacer as the stopgap loco used by BR. So yeah, I'm sure everybody, particularly those, I reckon, who have to ride a pacer or have had to in the past, I think those people will really appreciate that one, Tag Art 00. All those hours spent in top comfort must be very fond to think of. So yeah, thank you very much, Tag Art 00. I appreciate your request as well. The next request comes from Mega Train Lover. Ah, this is lovely, look at this. Canadian Pacific with 8 different Mark 1 coaches with a mixture of liveries in order to recreate the sort of rail tour that you would see in the 1990s or early 2000s. So yeah, top request there, Mega Train Lover, one of my absolute favourite locos. Really lovely to see that one running again. So thank you very much, Mega Train Lover. Then we have NWR J&W Jasper and Willow Studios, who wanted to see a BR 1F, 2F, 3F, 4F, 5MT, 6MT, 7MT, 8P. But obviously my controllers would just blow up if I tried to do that. So I've just gone with the first 3 for you, the 1F, I've gone with the 2MT and the 3F. So I hope that's okay with a nice freight train. Very cool idea though. And if I ever get like a 15 amp controller, then that's something I could probably try. And then, this is one I'm a pretty big fan of, a 2020 Vision, a 1361 on a flat car with Ari and Bert escorting it off for a fitting fate for a loco of its quality. That's a 2020 Vision's words, not mine, but I have to agree fully. So goodbye 1361, hope you enjoy your ultimate destruction. If only that were true. One day folks, one day. Up next then, we've got the Mark 1 coaches on another excursion from Rob Arnold this time, who wanted to see Walter K. Wigham give them a try. So that is the purple, the experimental purple A4, which looks so cool. So yeah, very nice choice, another classic BR request there. Thank you very much, Rob Arnold. Then on the middle line, we have a request from Mark 7188. Many thanks to you, Mark. You wanted to see Bachman James with open wagons, a brake, and then the Bachman Douglas pushing from behind, and that was for your son Jack. So yet another big shout out to son Jack. I hope you enjoyed seeing that request, and nice work to you guys for coming up with that one. That's very cool. And then on the inside line, this is a Williamtown request, quite a nice one in fact, to see the Metropolitan Bobo with some teak clerestory coaches. Quite some time since we've seen the Metropolitan Bobo running, and of course the teaks do tend to be about the best thing I've got to run with them. So Williamtown, appreciate that one. Thank you very much to you. Up next, it is another request from Mega Train Lover, who wanted the Mark 1s to return again, but this time hauled by the High-Mech. So I've taken this opportunity to run my new Helgen, or EFE Rail High-Mech, and as you can see, managing those without any problems at all, and looks pretty good doing it as well. So another great request there from Mega Train Lover, thank you very much. The next request comes from Beaglington-on-Sea, who wanted to do a bit of a celebration of St Patrick's Day with the Irish Class 121 locomotive with a long rake of private owner wagons plus a brake van. So very, very good idea. I hope any Irish people or anybody who's Irish or otherwise had a good St Patrick's Day back on Thursday. And then Sodor Dandaman, this is a very creative request, of quite a random one as well, wanted to see a 9F, some Mark 1s, 2 brake vans with Bullman in the middle, 2 BR box vans, a BR Mark 1 and an HF at the back, HST style. So I think it's best not to overanalyse that one, and we'll just show it you there and say thank you to Sodor Dandaman. Very nice, awesome, creative request. Alright, well that's all for the moment. Let's go back live. Alright folks, great work, thank you very much for those requests, and my goodness, there are a lot coming through today. I just saw, yeah, this one caught my eye. NG5 says they just bought some Slackman chips, or crisps as they were called, going back to what we were saying earlier about American versus English words. I regret buying them. Who remembers Slackman's crisps? Anybody remember where that came from? I don't know, that seems quite an obscure one, but I certainly remember it. Air Knight wants to see the... this is not one that gets chosen very often. Awesome. Air Knight, can we see the Dapol LSWR B4 running bunker first with a rake of open wagons and a brake van? Of course, yes. Oh man, you know what? This was a great idea to say pre-grouping challenge, because all of the pre-grouping locos are coming out of the woodwork now. Nice. And the last one was the Lapis Wake one that we saw, yes, so no problem. Let's see, does anyone, I'm looking now for Slackman's Crisps comments. I don't think we've got any. Let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe it's too obscure. I think we'll have to put that one on Twitter at some point, maybe, and we'll see what people thinks. NWR Jane W Studios. Hey Sam, for today's challenge, could you run some of your favourite pre-grouping locos with some pre-grouping coaches? Cheers, Jasper. And we're like, you know what? That's a clever idea, because if I'm running my favourites, then I would have to choose that as the best request. You see that? Have to decide whether it would be fair to pick you over that or not. But that is a very, I'll have to, yeah, it's let's say at the very least, it's in the running. Good idea. Slackman's is pre-order, says Azuma. Yes, the Slackman's crisps were for pre-order. I think there was only about 3 bags of crisps released every year or something like that. They're made very slowly, 1 crisp at a time. And they weren't very nice. They'll make you sick. But they were very, very expensive. I can't remember how much per bag. Yeah, apparently this guy at NG5 managed to get some. Ben Forster, no, I'm not really active on Instagram anymore. I would like to be, I just ran out of time for it. But yeah, the photos on that I posted on there, they did go down quite well. It's just, you know, I don't know, I don't have that much time to spare these days. And I don't visit that many real railways. But next time I do, perhaps I should take the camera and take some proper photos. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Anyway, let's have some more trains to run then, shall we? Let's see what people have come up with next. So, first of all, we've got the inside line. This request, oh, who did this one come from? Uh-oh. I didn't write the name down. That's really bad. Sorry. Anyway, whoever it was, thank you for the request to see the Bachmann V2 with a mixed train of coaches and trucks. And they also asked me about the SECR wagons, and yes, I will definitely be trying some of the new Rapido SECR wagons. I'm so sorry, I forgot, well, I didn't forget, I just forgot to write down the name. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's the one on the inside line. Then, this was cool, we have Sparky129 who wanted to see, hey, what have I done here? A Gresley tank engine I've written down. That isn't what we've got here. No. What is going on? I've put my LMS logo on. Wait a minute, what is going on here? Yes, sorry, this was Sparky, yeah, I'm with you. Sparky129 wanted to see my favourite LMS, that's the thing. Sparky sent in 2 requests and I started to read out a different one. Yeah, Sparky wanted to see my favourite LMS loco, so I've gone with the Midland Compound because I think that is pretty lovely, isn't it? And unusually, he wanted to see some teaks, a rake of teaks with it. So he says he thought that would be cool, and I agree, yes, I think that would be very, very cool. And then Sparky also wanted to see a V2 locomotive with a Gresley tank engine, which is what I forgot. With some ocean wagons and some food wagons. Now, when it comes to a Gresley tank engine, can anybody think of one besides the J70? There is that, yeah, there was a larger one, wasn't there? But yeah, the J50, yeah, the J50 is the one I'm thinking of. So I am just searching, yeah, there we go, got it. And we can pop that on the front. And yeah, we will then have the request as requested, which is always a bonus. So I don't know yet how the Bachmann V2 and the Hornby J50 are going to work together. I guess we'll have to find out. Let's see. Oh, the V2's quite a bit quicker than the J50. I'll just have to hope then that the J50 warms up and speeds up before the V2 pushes it off the track. Ooh, that could go badly wrong, couldn't it? Let's see. Let's hook up this camera. And then we'll have to just hope that this goes well. Kath Hitchin, thank you very much to you. My son, the train boy, requests a blue Tornado and a blue Flying Scotsman with 13 Pullmans. Thank you very, very much, the train boy. That is an awesome request. And I must say, 2 blue locos with 13 Pullmans, that is going to look lovely. I'm not 100% certain if I've got 13 Pullmans, but I will put on as many as I can. So I hope you like that. Thank you very much. And then we have one Alex Games who would like to see the Flying Scotsman with my favourite BR Blue Steam Loco with the railgun, gunpowder vans with food vans and the real Toby for my dad. Alright, no problem. So one Alex Games and your dad. Big shout out to you and thank you for the support. Kyle Dragonheart, hey Kyle, nice to see you, says, hi Sam, loving the live stream as it's my first time watching your live stream. Oh, awesome, welcome. Ever, don't really have a specific request, but maybe run a streamlined loco with some coaches. Ah, that's a good choice. Ooh, what streamlined coaches would you like to see, folks? I don't know, I feel like the Coronation, it might be high time to run. Yeah, but thank you, yes, old Dragonheart, that's very awesome, thank you. William Grantham, I just spotted that one. We've got another precedent request here. Wants to see the precedent with the 812 and a set of pre-grouping 4 and 6 wheel coaches. Now that is awesome, yes. What a good idea to put those two, the two new Bachmann steamers together. Yeah, love it. Has El Cheapo been deported, says Sodor Dandaman? No, not to my knowledge. No, he's. We're just looking for the right thing to bring him back to the channel. In fact, there are some things on the way. There's some things that have been ordered. I keep getting emails from him to say, oh, will you order this? Can I please come on? There are some things on the way. So if they arrive before next week's stream, then yes, we can we'll have El Cheapo back. If not, he might have to wait until the next series. But either way, El Cheapo will be back at some point. What's happened? Oh no, something has happened. What? Sounded like the... Oh, yeah, crikey. So one train has stopped, but the 440 train seems to have derailed as well. That's very strange. Maybe it was just going too fast. That compound, it did look like it was going at quite a rate of knots, didn't it? So, yeah. And I think the other issue, the other derailment, I think that was a separate issue by the looks of things. Yeah, it is. As I thought, the V2 has pushed the J50 off the track. And I don't know why that happened when it did. It's very strange, but it has. So let's try and get it back on. Oh no, the V2 is off. Oh God. Oh no, can't quite reach it properly. Let's save the J50 and send the V2 off. Okay. So the J50 has had to bail, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a little bit out of reach, especially with that camera there. Difficult to get to that one. Oh well. NG5, thank you very much. He wants to see the Southern Pacific 4446 with a long freight train. No problem. Yeah, we could do that. Thank you very much again for the support. The crash that tempted fate. Yes, that's true. Right, let's bring that inside line train back. Some strange noises coming from the old engines and that today. Whoops. Well, there goes that, that Oxford van. But I have not let it stop anything. We just carried on ploughing through. So thank you for those requests, that was awesome. And we've got, I thought there was another sound. No, that was the NG5 one coming through, I suppose. All right, so, oh no, we've just got another one, yeah, from Trainmaster 2004, who says, hi Sam, could you run the Adams Radial? Oh man, makes you realise how many amazing pre-grouping locos there are. With any coaches you choose and the web coal tank banking. Keep up the great streams and reviews. Thank you very much, Trainmaster 2004. And Edward Vincent Briones, thank you very, very much to you as well. That's very kind. Okay, so the next thing to say is with that was a strange old noise, wasn't it, folks? Did you hear that? Sounded to me a little bit like a clock or something, but I don't have. There's no big bell in my clock up here. I don't know. Must be some sort of time or something. I don't know. What time could it be?
Train time. Train time. Train time.
It's train time! Disaster edition! Hello and welcome to Train Time. I'm your host, Summertime Santa Claus. Today's story is about a viaduct. Oh, viaducts can be lovely to see. They can complement a beautiful landscape, and they can provide stunning views when ridden across by a train. In 1916 it was shown that a viaduct could also swallow a locomotive in quite a dramatic fashion. The Penis Stone Viaduct, let me put the spelling of that onto the screen for you, and that is not a joke, was 300 yards in length and supported by a long line of arches up to 80 foot high. One day in 1906, a crack was noticed in one of the walls of the viaduct, but nothing much was thought of it. Repairs were commissioned, but traffic continued to pass over the viaduct. Now, just after 4 p.m, a train crossed the viaduct, and several minutes later, while some shunting was taking place, I think, at the back of the train, it was noticed that the track appeared to be actually bending underneath the locomotive, or roughly speaking where the locomotive was, which interestingly enough was an LNYR 242 locomotive. Now, the locomotive at the time had 2 men on board, and those who noticed the buckling track called out to them, and they managed to jump off the locomotive and get to safety. The viaduct then proceeded to collapse. 2 arches crumbled and totally collapsed, taking around 25 metres of track with them. Now, the engine herself was just on the edge of where the track fell into the valley, but it slowly teetered off the end and tipped off the edge, dropping into the rubble below about 80 feet. It was almost completely buried in the rubble, which is crazy. Now, amazingly, the couplings broke, which meant that no wagons were dragged off into the valley too, which was very lucky indeed. And the reason for the collapse has been, well, theorised and attributed in the end to heavy rainfall, which softened the foundations and affected those columns that collapsed. And this was also possibly compounded by the heavy traffic over the high road, which was also supported. Amazingly, nobody died during the incident, but one man was sadly killed during the repair of the viaduct when a section of damaged arch fell and hit him and knocked him unconscious, and he died in hospital, unfortunately. However, a greater tragedy could very easily have occurred. If the collapse had have happened 20 minutes later, then a train full of school children would have been on the viaduct, and that would have been absolutely terrible. But that is the story of the collapsing Penis Stone Viaduct. I hope you've enjoyed the story, and make sure you're good this year.
Playtime. Playtime. Playtime.
It's train time.
Playtime. Playtime. Playtime.
It's train time.
Well, there you have it, folks. I think that is the closest we have ever been to the mark, isn't it? We'll call it the mark. I'm sorry that a lot of your comments have been withheld automatically there by YouTube. It seems for some reason the name of that place is triggering the spam filter. I don't know why. I'm sure the people of Penis Stone, let's be honest, that's what it's called. I'm sure they would be very upset to hear that YouTube has treated the name of their beautiful town in such a way, but they have, and there's nothing I can do. So on that bombshell, welcome back, folks. If you've only just joined, if you have only just joined, apologies to you. This channel is not becoming an adults only channel. Hopefully there will be no more stories from that place, although actually when I was researching that story there was another incident that happened at that place, which I will stop naming now just in case any youngsters are watching. So it is possible that it will return, so actually I can't promise that that won't happen again. But if anyone would like a warning next time, if you want to put your children away for it, do let me know. But it's a place, you know, they might come across it in real life, and if you've prepared them for it by letting them watch a stream like this, then I think that's just good parenting, frankly, and you should be thankful to me, not cross. But yes, as Lapis Wake says, it is not pronounced, well, it might not be pronounced, how I say it. He says it's pronounced Peniston. But as you know, I pronounce everything wrong, so that is my excuse. Or Peni Stone, says Marguerite Van Leeuwen. But I suppose that could be worse, because I don't want, let's not go into it, but it just sounds more plural, doesn't it, than singular, which conjures up a worrying mental image. Anyway, let's leave it there. Let's very much leave it there. How is everybody doing? Would anybody like a shout out? We will do some shout outs while I show you the Wall of Fame stuff. So if you want to have anything up on my wall of train, which is behind the camera these days, you can just email it to me at samstrains@outlook.com. As long as it's original, you took the photo, or it could be artwork or something you've created digitally, anything like that, then absolutely feel free to send it in. Let's see, let's see what anybody else has got to say. Aussie Loco Sam slowly descends into madness and other stories. Yes, that's true, but it didn't happen recently, don't worry. William Grantham, could you run a trio of Era 1 locos? Rocket and the like. Ooh, Era 1. Do I have more Era 1? I don't know if I have 3 Era 1 locos. I may do. I don't know if they can be coupled together, though. That's another thing. Pennyston, says Gary Martin. That's a nice way of pronouncing it. If only I'd thought of that. Yeah, Lewis Cartwright. Apparently, okay. I didn't know if that was a joke, but apparently there's at least 2 people that pronounce it that way. Very nice. And Diesel7101. Oh, just a shout out. Yep, no problem. Have you heard of the KR Models Fell locomotive? Says Edward Vincent. Yes, I have. I may have even pre-ordered one. So I'll definitely be seeing one. Anyway, look at this. No, that is the track behind the computer table. You do not want to look at that. I meant this. This came from Will J, and this is, I think this is an N-scale diesel locomotive that he 3D printed on a resin printer. And just look at the level of detail that he managed to get. It just looks astonishing, doesn't it? So yeah, amazing work, Will J. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain meltdown there. But yeah, I really do want to try a resin printer one day. I mean, if it can do that in N-scale, imagine what it could do in 00. But of course, this is a closed loft. There are no windows up here. The resin apparently is quite fumey, and I think I would literally choke to death if I had, resin up here creating those fumes. I've got a friend who does DIY stuff. Maybe it might be possible to fit an extractor fan vent into one of the walls or something, but it's not going to be an easy job, and I don't want to have to wear that horrible mask for the rest of my life that I showed you last time. Then we have, sorry, we're just moving on very quickly from that. Daniel W. sent in this. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I guess this must be a custom, either a custom 3D printed or a modified body for Duck. But I love the face. It looks so cool. The eyes look almost separate, so I don't know if those eyes move or whatever, but the coach seems to be painted up as well, so it could be that they're completely custom. But either way, yeah, well done, Daniel W. That looks amazing. And then we have a request from Eggy Eat, who says any 460 going tender first, pulling 5 BR Mark 1s and an egg van at the end. Thank you. Eggy Eat. It wouldn't be an Eggy Eat request without an egg van. I guess that makes sense. I don't know if just one egg van would derail. Hopefully not. I guess we'll find out when we do it. Here's one from Foxy Gamer 11, who's got a shot of his Toby and what looks like some Great Western coaches. And according to Foxy, his Black 5, I know some people were trying to give advice last week, his Black 5 that all jammed up, apparently he's managed to fix. So yeah, well done, Foxy, and keep us posted if anything else goes wrong, and we'll try and help you if possible. Nicole House says quack, so hopefully the duck model that was in that photo, he gets to hear the conversation there. And then finally is a horse of a different colour, or rather, oh, there's the computer again, rather a train of a different shape. We had someone asking for a streamlined loco, so would we consider this streamlined? Or maybe it's just the smoke box that's streamlined. But yeah, Felix W, thank you very much for sending in that photo. It looks like an absolutely awesome loco, that, and doesn't the lining look cool as well? Yeah, that's really nice. It's a little bit Coronation-esque, but also not at all like the Coronation, which is interesting. Right, we've got a suggestion here from NG5. Next big order you should get is the Broadway Limited HO Scale 844. It's their newest model. Really? Okay. Well, I'll definitely look into that. I still really do want to try. There you go, there's your pop-up. I still really want to try a Broadway loco, that is for sure. So maybe it will be that one. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on and run some more trains. Let's do it. So yeah, we've got quite the mixture here, I would say. We have Sparky129, who asked to see my favourite Class 37 with some EWS wagons and a BR brake van. Now that's a tricky one. I mean,
I've always really liked the V-Trains Class 37s. I think they're really, really good models. And up until, last year, that would have been the Class 37 I picked. But obviously, I've got a Bachmann one now, and I do think that the Bachmann 37 is quite a bit better than the V-Trains ones. So that is the one I have chosen, but I have put it with some EWS wagons as requested. Then Harry Chapman wanted to see the W4 Peckett with the ICI hoppers, which I think is quite a cool combination. So thank you very, very much for the support there, Harry. And then George Botterini, nice and simple, wanted to see the Flying Scotsman with some Pullmans. And I've gone with the BR Blue Flying Scotsman because I think that matches the Pullmans the nicest. So these EWS wagons, they are a bit troublesome. They are troublesome trucks by nature. So we'll keep the 37 nice and steady, and we'll just see what happens. But I think that will be the one to follow. So please cross your fingers, folks. Not that it usually helps, but I don't suppose it can hurt either. So let's see. Matthew C, thank you very much. Did you see my super chat? I've just seen that one, yeah. It's possible that I would have missed some during the stream and such. But I will go back and look at them all at the end. If you mean last week's, I did see those, yes. One of yours has been done already, actually. It was done earlier on in today's stream. So if it's that you're after, then yeah, skip back a little bit. You might be able to see it. Anyway, looks like the EWS wagons for the time being. Stop it, Sam, quick while you're ahead. No, I'll say it. They seem to be staying on the track, okay, which is fine. I mean, I should imagine they'll be alright now that they've passed Gordon's Hill. But you never know. Lovely to see Scotsman with the Pullmans. Look at that. Yeah, it's a real cracker, isn't it, that? Let's see, how's the Peckett and the ICI? Is looking good, looking very good. Did V-Trains go bankrupt, Mayo Hosco? I'm not sure. I can't remember it. I'm not sure if it was made public or what. But they're not around anymore, are they? I don't think they would have been absorbed into a different company because, as far as I know, their models aren't still being produced in any way, which is a shame because I only ever got to try the Class 37. I don't have a single other of their locos, but I think they did do quite a few different diesels and such. Here's another one. Wow, XR Kun is going crazy on the requests today. He wants to see the C1, H1 and H2 Atlantics with the 4 and 6 wheel coaches and a railgun. Now that is gorgeous. Oh, that's another one that I might want to choose. See, I love the Atlantics so much. You might have cracked it with that one, XR Kun. That one's going to take some beating, I reckon, because you've already done a really good one as well. So I don't know, I think XR Kun might deserve the win at the moment, but there's still time. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I reckon that's the best I've seen, XI. I think you've outdone yourself there, pal. Wow, thank you. Stuart Brown, what's your favourite train? Well, speaking of that, I would say the C1 Atlantic is probably one of them. Yeah, I love it. It's a lovely, lovely engine. And of course it is preserved as well. Which is another reason why I like it, because you can, if you want, you can go and see the thing, which you can't always do. There we go. Right, well, everything's been just fine, hasn't it? That's great. Seems the fate-tempting gods are not angry today. The Peckett did cut out on these points, I think, but you know that's all right. That's what the Pecketts do. I guess it was running quite slowly, wasn't it? But there we go. Yeah, I do love that 37. It's got good lights, you know, they're perhaps a little bit brighter than they might be in real life, but you can see them as the thing runs along, and I think that's always a bonus, isn't it? If a loco's got lights, you might as well be able to see them. Doesn't seem like too much to ask, but sometimes it is. Lovely requests. All right, folks. Well, crazily, I mean, we've already seen loads, but there are still lots of requests left over from the last stream, so strap yourselves in, there's some pretty cool ones as always. Here they come, more of last week's requests. So the next request is beautifully simple. I have to say, I like these simple requests. Not only do they look good, but they're quite easy to set up as well, which is a bit of a bonus. So this comes from Aaron Price, who wanted to see the Evening Star with Pullman coaches. What a very elegant combination there. So Aaron, thank you very, very much. Then we have Sodor Dandaman, yet again, thank you again, Sodor Dandaman. You wanted to see a J70, a single Mark 1 coach, 5 BR open wagons and a BR brake van on the back. So very specific, and yep, that's all doable. So there it is. Thank you very much, Sodor Danderman. And then on the outside line, we have the request from Badly Filmed Productions Presents. And you wanted to see the Wren Castle, so again, we've got another vintage loco running, love to see that, with some blue and grey coaches. So you've picked something that matches quite nicely with the Wren Castle there. So great picks there. Thank you very much to Aaron Price, Badly Filmed Productions Presents, and Sodor Danderman. Awesome work. Up next we have a request from Matthew C, who wanted to see the BR Blue Bully Pacific and the Can Pack, so I guess that means the two merchant navies, double heading with some Pullmans. So what a beautiful combination. Two absolutely fantastic locos, brilliant runners with matching coaches. You can't ask for much better than that. So Matthew C, thank you very much for that. Then Edward Priz wanted to see James with some green Mark 1s. Now I don't think I have any proper green Mark 1s, but I've got some green coaches, so I've set some of those up, 5 of those. I think it might be a little bit too much for the Backman James, but he seems to be going along not too bad. So James Priz, thank you so much to you for that. And then we have another one from Matthew. You'll notice I'm avoiding trying to pronounce the second name, not because you don't deserve recognition, but because I think I will offend you if I try. But either way, you wanted to see the 812 with a rake of trucks you'd expect to see on a preserved railway, banked by the Andrew Barclay locomotive. So I guess these two Caledonian locos, maybe they're taking the wagons to the workshop to be repainted over the winter maybe. That's what I like to imagine. So yeah, Matthew, thank you very much for your support there. Very much appreciate it. The next request comes from Edward Priz yet again. This time Pullmans have been requested, but with Henry pulling them for a change. So Henry with Pullmans, cool combination. I'm sure Henry will be very pleased, or maybe not, I don't know. Is Henry more of a van man? I don't know, but today he's up in his game and he's got Pullmans. So thank you very much, Edward, for that. David Button wanted to see the Canadian National. I thought he meant Great Northern. I thought it was a typo and he meant to put GN. I think he meant the Canadian National instead, loco with green coaches. I think so because those two locos match each other quite well. So hopefully I got that right, David. Hopefully it wasn't a typo and that is exactly what you wanted. Fingers crossed. But thank you for the support anyway. And then we've got NG5, who originally wanted Emily hauling some Flying Scotsman coaches, but obviously my Emily doesn't work, so they changed their mind and had Edward hauling them instead. And I've gone with the Hornby Edward just for a bit of a change. So hopefully that's okay with you, NG5. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you also to David Button and Edward Priz. Much appreciated. And then finally for this bit, we have the rare situation of having all 3 requests in a round from the same person, because XRCun42 sent in a really big donation, so thank you so much for that. And in it he included, or she, 3 different requests. So the first one was to see Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle going on the outside line, as you can see. So that's easy, yeah, no problem. Then he wanted to see Gordon, James and Henry on track 2. Didn't mention any rolling stock, so I've got them running light. Wanted them in the same direction, by the way, so that's why I've done that. And then they also wanted to see Percy and Toby with some flatbeds on track 3. So XRCun42, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate that. And to everybody else who has sent in a request, thank you very much as well. It is hugely appreciated and it really helps keep this channel alive. So bless you all for that. Let's go back now to the live stream. Folks, there you go. Awesome requests. Thank you so much for those as always. How's everyone doing? Did you enjoy those? Let's see what people have got to say. I saw an interesting one from Edward Vincent again. Did you know that the Brighton Bell train filmed the original 4-minute speed run of the train ride from London to Brighton? No, that is a fun fact. I did not know that. Thank you for sharing. Lewis Gabitas, Captain Price is your username named after the Call of Duty character. Oh, I thought it was Captain Price in the chat. Oh, that's a shame. Or is there a Captain Price? Oh yeah, there is a Captain Price. Do you still do repair videos? Yes, I've got one filmed. I'll do one soon. I've got one filmed already, which I will show pretty soon. And yeah, Captain Price, big fan. Nice to see you, mate. I'm glad you survived all your skirmishes and such. It's quite a miracle what Captain Price survived, really, if you think about it.
John Delaney, I'm excited because I'm going on a mainline steam loco in 7 days. Wow. Do you know which one? That sounds really good. Lucky you. Kai Binch, I have a serious question. Nottingham Forest or Liverpool FC? Well, I have to go with Forest, but I don't fancy their chances. But you know, it would be cool to see them win. David Mattarks, good evening, morning. It's evening, well, afternoon. It's like 2:45. From David Mattarks, may I request a double header of a T9 and an A1 or A3 of your choosing, pulling a Southern Bogey coach, a railgun, an egg van, sitting in a Warwell. Hey, that's pretty good. And as long as it's not on the track, it ought to not derail. So thank you very much, David. That's a really cool request. And Sam Haslam, yes, you can have a shout out, no problem. All right, Stealth Ninja 5. Heck, a lot of people strongly wishing Boko be next in work. Next in work? I saw some people saying they wish Bachmann would make a Boko, but I don't know how popular Boko is. I mean, is Boko I'm not sure how popular Boko is, but it would be really cool to see him. Personally, I would love to see the real-life Boko come back, because they're really, really strange locos, and I've never managed to try one. The Heldrum one is ultra rare, and the Hornby 001 is similarly rare, really. But I've never been able to pick up either. So yeah, I'd love to see like a good manufacturer make one. That would be really good. Matthew, thank you so much. Okay, just checking my competition entry has been seen. Oh yeah, don't worry. Yes, I'll pull up the list in a second and check over everybody who sent in a request before I make up my mind for the final reveal. Can you run a Terrier triple header with any coaches of your choice? Okay, all right, let's see. Terrier triple header, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I love that. I do like the Terriers. What, the train time TV is analog? Oh, that's true. Yes, I am using old technology. That's true. But I transmit to it myself, you see. Yes, so it doesn't matter that it's not picking up broadcast TV. Oh, right, so according to Sodor Dandaman, Boko regularly hits the #1 spot on Bachmann Thomas requests. Well then, that's a pretty good sign. But the trouble is, you know, are Bachmann making these models for Thomas fans like you guys, or are they trying to choose things that the kids are going to love, you know? I don't know if Boko is going to be popular, you know, among the general public. But yeah, I mean, for sure, people like us, train fans and such, hardcore fans, they definitely seem to want it. So I guess we'll just have to see. Daisy seems like a strange choice, really, when you think about it. But they did Daisy, so you never know. We'll have to just wait and see. Anyway, let's do the last lot of requests for today then. So here's a really cool one from Terence Priestley, he was asking, does the John Bull locomotive still work? Well, I don't know. I haven't tried it in a long time, but I've set it up, as you can see, put it into position, so we'll put some power to it in a second, and I guess we'll find out. And then William Town wanted to see, this is for the inside line, a blue loco with some blue coaches, and he wanted me to call it the Azure Riviera, so no problem. I've gone with the Blue Princess class, because that's a blue loco that doesn't get requested much, so you gave me the choice, I chose that. And then Cremula wanted to see all of my 08s, so I've put the 3 Triang 08s on there. Technically I do have a Bachmann one as well, but again a 4th loco would overload the controller, and also the Bachmann one is ultra slow and it would not work well with those Triang ones. So I've done the 3 Triang ones. We've got a BR green, BR blue and a Southern green one, which is, I think it's a similar colour to the BR green. Right, so we'll start the other trains first. Thank you, whoever that was. I'll come and have a look. Start the 08s. Oh, all the power there. Very power-hungry locos, those. We'll start the Princess. Now let's find out, does John Bull still work? Oh, yes. Just about. So that's good news. Not run that one in a while. I might not have... Well, it hasn't been requested for a long time. Maybe never. I'm not sure when the last time was. And that was Redvers B. Can I please see the Oxford N7 with some tankers? Ah, yes. Well, remember, that's another pre-grouping loco, isn't it? There's so many. But that's lovely. Yeah, and tankers as well. That's pretty creative, must be said. Train and Gamiacs triple diesel day. Yeah, we got 3 diesels on the march. There they go. They are awesome. You've got to love the Triang diesels, haven't you? Imagine unwrapping them.
unwrapping a loco like this 50 years ago on Christmas. Come on, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? They are cool. And John Bull seems to be doing excellently. Let's wait for him to appear in this shot. Good old John. Look at that. It's a really cool one, that. I'd love to 3D print some more Era 1 locos. It's just they're so small, some of them. It'd be really difficult to build a decent mechanism. And I don't want to put all the time and effort into 3D printing them if they're, if I'm having to compromise on the mechanism and they don't run very well. But it would be cool to look into some larger ones, like Locomotion number 1 or whatever. Yeah, that would be so cool, but I just don't think I could do it justice. Where's everybody gone? I'm looking for that princess. Oh, here we go. It's about to turn up in this shot. Oh, the blue princess. And I think that's weathered as well, yeah. Is it Margaret Rose, that one? Can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's weathered and it's really lovely. So that was a good one. I hope William, I hope you're happy with my choice there of princess. Yeah, hopefully that is acceptable. Alright, oh well, let's keep these running because I have to go through and thank all of the super chatters and I have to decide on the best pre-grouping request I've seen of the day. I think I've got 3 ideas, but it's no easy task to choose because there have been a lot of them today. So let's refresh this and let's take a look. So I'm going to read everyone's name out and I'm going to consider the different pre-grouping requests as we go. But to everybody, thank you so much for the support, I really appreciate it. Sparky129, you sent a load before the stream started, but I did see them and I've done them, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Harry Chapman, thank you to you. George Botterini, Terence Priestley as well. Very cool to see John Bull, thank you for that. Sodor Dandaman, I love yours. William Town, One Alex Games. William Babcock, Cremula, everyone loves the Gronks, they sure do, and I hope you like seeing them. Polar Pendleton, thank you very much to you. Next we have AZ Rail, William Grantham, NG5, I love your request as always, NG5. Mayo Hosco, Mega Train Lover, Sideways 66779, Mark 7188, XR Kun 42, Princess Royal with a coronation. See, that's a good request. It's not a pre-grouping, but very, very cool request. I like that one as well. MRALF Pit, thank you very much. William Babcock again. Kelly Ashford Trains, NG5 again. Overpowered Steam Productions, the LNER J70 with a small freight consist of 5 wagons. You see, that's a cute one. That is very cute. Sodor Dandaman again. XR Cum 42. Sir AJ Finley Jr. who have their birthdays this week. So I hope you had a good time again, Sir AJ Finley. A2020 Vision, oh, that was such a good one as well. I love the D11 request, thank you to that. Lord Garrett Productions, thank you very much. That was a good one as well. I think that's another one to consider. The Railway Children Pannier Tank. Lapis Wake, thank you to you. That's another good one. The Precedent with 7 Pullmans. Oh yeah, and the Coal Tank. Oh, it's very difficult this. NG5, Air Knight, Jasper and Willow Studios as well. Kath Hitchin, yeah, that request was awesome from the Train Boy. These will all get done next week, by the way. Yeah, don't worry, I won't forget. The One Alex Games, Kyle Dragonheart, William Grantham, Sodor Dandaman, Train Master 2004, Edward Vincent Bryones, William Town, Matthew C again, William Grantham, Eggy Yeet, NG5, Matthew C again, XR Cum 42. That was, you see, that's the one that stuck in my mind, the C1, the H2 and the H1. Ooh, that is going to be lovely. Yeah, let's just have a look at the others just to make absolutely sure. David Mattox, yeah, that was a nice one, the T9 with the A1, A3. Matthew C, Redvers B, and Kelly Ashford. You see, I do like the N7 one as well. Curse you, Sam, I want to buy a gunpowder van. Oh, Kelly, go for it. Why not go for it? You won't regret it. They're fun little models. Maybe wait a little while, see if they come down in price a little. I don't know. Anyway, I think my choice then for the greatest pre-grouping request of the day has to be XR Kun 42, who chose the C1, the H1 and the H2 Atlantics with the 4 and 6 wheel coaches and a railgun for good measure. Yeah, I mean that is pure pre-grouping gorgeousness, isn't it? It's just such a good one. So yeah, I think I'll choose you. Yep, XRCon42, you have the Hatton's P class. All you have to do is send me an email within the next week with your postage address, and at the end of the series I will post it out to you. So yeah, thank you to everyone for the support. I'm sorry I don't have something to give to everybody. Ideally I would love to, but obviously I can't really do that. But thank you very much for tuning in to another live stream. I hope you enjoyed it today. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been quite chill actually, which I've enjoyed. The trains have behaved themselves for the most part. One or two bits of bad behaviour, but nothing too bad today, which was all good. And lots of great requests. I think we've got some of the best requests we've ever seen on the Sam's Trains live series so far. And most of those are going to be coming next week, so stay tuned for those. Anyway, next week I've got a pre-grouping tank engine review to come, so I hope you enjoy seeing that. And I've also got a bit of an experiment coming up, this time with some track. I won't give away anything more than that, but yeah, it's an experiment about track. If you want to have a guess, leave a comment down below and I'll pin you if you get it right. How about that? Seems fair. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, folks. Let's just have one last look at you, folks. Mayo Hosco is saying goodbye. Oh yeah, Lewis Gabitas, I think I saw you on Hornby Model World. Yeah, you probably did. I was on that show last year. Apparently it was on yesterday by UK TV. I guess they're rerunning it then. NWR J&W Studios, bye-bye to you. Aussie Loco, okay, if you sent me another photo, that's awesome, thank you very much, I'll take a look. Stealth Ninja 5's off to bed. Alright, sweet dreams, see you tomorrow. Well, what? See you in the morning, I guess, I don't know. I'm not, but that's what you say, isn't it, when people go to bed. It was very fun, says Braden C, that's good news, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bye-bye to you, Azuma. I'm looking forward to the next week. Yeah, it's going to be the last episode next week. Crazy. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks. Have a great week, and I will see you very soon with some more of those videos. Alright, cheers, folks. Take care.
Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very, very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support, folks, and take care of yourselves.